gorgeous, my love," he said and pecked her on the lips, which she turned into a passionate kiss. I looked away, not wanting to kill my best friend for kissing my sister. My attention fell on my wife, who was as red as a tomato with wide eyes. She shifted uncomfortably in her seat. I placed my palm in front of her eyes, and her gaze instantly fell on me. As I started into her as I stared into her brown orbs, I fell a little more in love with her. Don't worry, sweetheart, they are just showing their love for each other, and it's common here to show affection publicly. I said calmly after witnessing the scene. She nodded her head like a child, and I smiled at her. "If you don't take your hands off my daughter right now, I'm going to kill you this instant," I heard my father say. Michael immediately withdrew from the kiss while my sister whined at the loss of his touch. "Oh, stop it, Dad. You can't do anything like that because he's my fiance, the man whom I am going to marry and have children with. We grew up watching you eat Mama's face whenever you got a chance." I learned. Hello, welcome back, guys. We are back with a brand new chapter of our novel Obsession, chapter number 18. Let's begin. As expected, I found my wife's pendant in the dark alley where I found her the other night. Every time I think about that night, I want to kill those two men who put their filthy eyes on my woman. I want to slice their tongues and then feed them to my dogs. Various methods of killing them come to mind, but it's sad that they are already dead. If it were in my hands, I would bring them back to life just to torture and kill them again. It was around 4 in the morning where I finally found the pendant. After that, I went back to the mansion to find my wife sleeping like a baby. I couldn't help but admire how beautiful she looked, sleeping without a care in the world. I may sound like a creep. Maybe I am a creep, but who cares? My wife, my peace. I stared at the pendant, feeling a little jealous of how precious this little object was to her. It had been with her all her life, and I badly wanted to switch my soul with this pendant because I knew that when she got it back, she would keep it close to her. I am a desperate man who wants to be close to his wife. We were all sitting in the living room as it was time for breakfast. It's a rare occasion. At most of the time, we are away from home on missions and such. Being in the mafia doesn't give you the privilege of always being with your family. And Mama makes sure that we always eat together whenever we are all home. During my early days as a capo, I didn't have time to come home, which made her sad and led to her crying every night. She was a soft person who didn't like all the mafia stuff. That's why her father, my grandfather, made my father the leader of the Italian mafia. My mama is an absolute angel born into a devil's family. And my father, who couldn't handle her tears, ordered me to eat at home whenever I could. I followed his orders because, son or not, he wouldn't hesitate to destroy someone when it comes to his wife. Today is officially the first day of my redemption, and I'm going to do everything she wants so that she can finally forgive me and we can live like a normal couple, even though I'm ready to wait for her for an eternity. My mind and heart want her close to me. I want to hold her in my arms, kiss her whenever I want, share our thoughts and dreams like a normal couple, as normal as it can get considering my mafia background. I placed a pair of anklets on the bed for her, along with a note. From what I have observed, she likes anklets over any other jewelry. If she accepts the jewelry, it will be a first step towards her forgiveness. Let's eat, Mama said, placing her hand on my father's outstretched one and standing up from the sofa. What's about sweetie? Lena asked, raising her brows in question. I sent her breakfast in the room as I know she is not yet comfortable coming out. Mama explained, her eyes focused on my face. Her gaze indicated her anger towards me. We were about to move towards the dining hall when Mama stopped, seeing a maid coming down with a plate in her hand. Did she eat the food? Mama inquired. No, ma'am, she replied. I clenched my fists to control my anger, preventing myself from shouting at the worker. She just had to do one job. Give the food to my wife. Now my darling has to starve herself. My poor baby. What happened? My mother asked. But before the maid could reply, a noise caught our attention. It was the sound of something jingling together. We all looked up towards the stairs, and I felt my breath catch in my throat. There she stood, a beautiful wife clad in an off-white traditional Indian outfit, looking like my dream. She stopped descending as she felt our gaze on her. She fisted the end of the cloth as her cheeks reddened. I felt like I had reached heaven seeing her like this. So fucking cute. Smiling a little at my sister and mother, she started descending the stairs. But what caught my attention was the source of the jingling sound. It was the same anklet I had placed on the bed. Does this mean she's ready to forgive me? I can only hope. With each step she took, I felt my heart beating louder. I felt like I would faint at any moment because she looked so beautiful. It hurt to look at her. I had a feeling that flowers were blooming inside my stomach just by seeing her. What the hell is happening to me? I knew I was going to lose all my remaining sanity the moment I cast my eyes on this heavenly beauty. Oh my goodness, you're looking gorgeous, sweetie. You make me question my sexuality with your beauty. My trance was broken by my sister's loud and excited voice. She was currently holding my wife and looking at her as if she were a dream. I couldn't blame her for that. She looked like a beautiful dream come true. The white dress perfectly contrasted with her brown skin, just like how it would feel when I would finally place my hands on her. Every inch of her body was perfectly covered by the dress, yet she looked like the sexiest woman on the earth. People who consider nudity as hot should witness my wife. No, on second thought, nobody should look at my wife like this. Everything about her is brown, and there is no other color I love more than brown. Her beautiful eyes were adorned with liner, and a small stone shining between her eyebrows only enhanced her beauty. What surprised me was the red powder applied between her hair partition. From what I have read and googled about her customs and cultures, the red powder and the nuptial chain symbolize a married woman. Every married Indian woman wears those to show respect towards her marriage and relationship with her husband. Should I believe that she is finally accepting our marriage and considering me as her husband? I know I shouldn't, but I choose to believe what my stupid heart says, which is only right when it concerns my wife. You look absolutely beautiful, dear, Mama said while caressing her red cheeks. Thank you, she said, giving a small smile to Mama and Lena, who was jumping like a little rabbit, saying she was also going to try this dress. Why didn't you eat your breakfast? Lena asked after calming down a bit. I was getting bored in the bedroom. Also, I wanted to have breakfast with everyone. So, can I? She asked so sweetly that even a little toddler would give up his toys to her. Of course, child, this is your home too, and we are your family. And today, all of us are going to have breakfast together, Dad said with an enthusiasm I thought he lacked. My little wife nodded her head at him, and they all proceeded to the dining room, not bothering to check if I was with them. Why do I feel like I am at my in law's house, not my own? But I was not going to leave her side for a minute. When she looked like a goddess, I increased my pace and walked beside her. She didn't acknowledge my presence and continued talking with my sister like I didn't exist. As we reached the dining room, my dad pulled out a chair for Mama, who sat with a smile after kissing his cheek, saying thanks. I saw my little wife's eye widen at the public display of affection. You will get used to this, my darling. Like the true gentleman that I am, only for her, I pulled out a chair for my wife. But she ignored me and sat in the chair pulled out for her by my brother. This fucker is going to die by my hands today. I saw my sister and mother laughing like mad cats at my wife ignored me. Calm down, Lucas. They are your favorite ladies. You can't be mad at them, or else Dad is going to kill me. Or Michael is going to whine his whole life about this. Taking a deep breath and ignoring their laughter, I took the seat beside my wife, who looked at the plates and spoons with amusement. Why wouldn't she? These are the best pieces of crockery in the world. Not only that, but everything in this mansion is the best among the best. Thanks to Mama and her amazing shopping skills. Just as we were about to start our breakfast, an unwanted intruder made his annoying presence known, making me groan. Wow, looks like I'm on time. Michael said with excitement as he entered the dining room. I noticed how Lena's face lit up with his presence. What are you doing here? You're not welcome here, Dad said in his usual grumpy mode, clenching his fists as Michael smiled at him, annoying him further. I welcomed myself. More than that, the beautiful lady here won't complain if I join you guys, right, pretty? Michael said while going towards Mama and kissing the back of her head. Mama blushed at his flirting. Does she want Dad to kill him? Stay the fuck away from my wife, you intolerable bastard, my angry dad said, pulling my mother closer as Mama laughed and Dad rubbed her hand where Michael had kissed it. He then went towards my sister and sat beside her. Looking gorgeous, my love, he said and pecked her on the lips, which she turned into a passionate kiss. I looked away, not wanting to kill my best friend for kissing my sister. My attention fell on my wife, who was as red as a tomato with wide eyes. She shifted uncomfortably in her seat. I placed my palm in front of her eyes, and her gaze instantly fell on me. As I started into her as I stared into her brown orbs, I fell a little more in love with her. Don't worry, sweetheart, they are just showing their love for each other, and it's common here to show affection publicly. I said calmly after witnessing the scene. She nodded her head like a child, and I smiled at her. If you don't take your hands off my daughter right now, I'm going to kill you this instant, I heard my father say. Michael immediately withdrew from the kiss while my sister whined at the loss of his touch. Oh, stop it, Dad. You can't do anything like that because he's my fiance. the man whom I am going to marry and have children with. We grew up watching you eat mama's face whenever you got a chance. I learned from you. So you can't threaten my man, Angelina said with a smile as fake as her nails. Calm down, Damien, and you, Angelina Moriti. Check your tone while talking to your father, Mama said while rubbing Dad's biceps to calm him down and glaring at my sister. I'm sorry, Dad, Angelina said with a small voice, giving her puppy dog eyes to my father, who melted faster than ice. It's okay, doll, Dad said in a soft tone. It was normal for us to see them fight like this and then melt for each other. My father loved my sister more than he loved me and Damien combined. And we never had a problem with that because we also loved this little troublemaker so much. I mentally noted to have a word with my sister and best friend to keep their hands to themselves whenever my wife was present. I don't like her feeling uncomfortable in any way. After that, we started serving breakfast for ourselves. As I said earlier, even though we were born with a silver spoon, my mother made us do our own things. I took my green salad and protein shake and saw my wife looking confused at the dishes in front of her. What do you want to eat? I asked softly, so only she could hear me. Aloo ke parathe, she said with a longing eyes. What's that? I asked clueless. Nothing. I can take care of myself. You don't need to worry, she said and started reaching for the bread toast. But she couldn't reach it with her small hands, so I picked it up and placed it on her plate. I'm sure you are capable of taking care of yourself, but let me make it easier for you, I whispered in her ear and started eating my salad. We were almost finished eating when my wife spoke. Auntie, she called for my mother, who smiled at her. Yes, dear, Mama said. I wanted to eat something Indian. So can I go for grocery shopping? She asked hesitantly. The chef can make something for you. Just tell me the name of the dish, Mama said. No, I want to eat something that I make myself. I'm bored here and I need to purchase some ingredients, Eva said. And my mother nodded, understanding her concern. I will accompany you, I said in a stern voice so that no one could disagree. I need to spend time with my wife so that I can earn her forgiveness. And if the way is grocery shopping, then I'm ready for it. Anything for my darling. So here our chapter 18 also ends and we will meet again with a brand new chapter. Till then, like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.